Deza too sweet, why they sound so bitter. Put me on a beat and I eat like dinner. And I ain't tryna deep like a 3-course swimmer, but I've been bringing heat as if I sleep all winter. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Deza. I'm from Canada, 25 years old, and I am a musician. I guess rapper, producer, really bad singer as well, so yeah, I do all that. So it's my homie's pop-up event. So he's got a clothing brand. Yeah, I got a show today, so you guys caught me at a good time.
Seasons come and go, but my heart will never change. Just like EA Sports, man, it's all up in the game. And I ain't getting played out, not even a trade out. If you're trying to catch me, best be ready for a fade out. Man, I have to say, it's really been a minute. I've been on my own path, no thoughts to kick it. And I get it, that's not the way to be. You sacrifice who you are for who you want to be, yeah.
A lot of my inspiration for writing comes from my life. I have this idea that music should represent the period of life that I'm in. So yeah, basically it's based on what's going on in my life, what's happening and stuff, as well as, you know, trying to keep it sometimes not too serious, you know, playing around with it, you know, wordplay is very fun for me. So yeah, that's the writing inspiration for me. Well, I think the way people connect with my music here is primarily through the lyrics, but I think for a lot of people it's very easy to connect with this idea of loneliness, you know. Yeah, loneliness is real, man. It's a real thing, and it can get to everybody, and it's tough, especially in a country where you don't speak the language fluently and stuff. So feeling like, you know, you can't really place yourself down, or like, you know, people coming and going in your life. These are all very common things. I'm sure a lot of people in Tokyo specifically have felt this as well. Right. Tokyo is a place where people stay for a bit and then leave. So because of that, you know, I think a lot of people can relate to these songs and just the lyrics, but also the sound as well. I try to make it kind of catchy. I tried to make my most recent EP like a jazz kind of hip hop sample based thing. So a lot of the songs are very catchy. Right. So I think some people prefer lyrics, some people prefer melody, so I tried to make like a nice middle ground for both of them. So my last EP was called Nomad.
Yeah.
So Nomad was basically me trying to tap back into my roots, as seen from the cover. It's in the background you have Shibuya Crossing, and in the front you have some Somali nomads. I felt kind of disconnected, especially being here alone for like the past 2.5 years. So I wanted to get back in touch with my roots. So that's why the photo has, you know, the nomads and the Shibuya Crossing. It's like where I'm at right now and where I could have been if, you know, things were different, you know, taking the last 2 years and just figuring out like what happened, you know, trying to decompress those feelings. So it's just bringing these two together and the contrast between it.
Escape these cages that shackle me. My people, they were just nomads.
I'm not really one of those people that can write before and then like form it to the beat. I've tried since high school, but I can't do it. So I always have to get the beat first and then catch the vibe. So yeah, I usually write my lyrics after I like have the base of the beat down. So when I produce, I just let the music take me on a journey. So I start just working around, just start chopping or start like playing in something, and then put some drums down. When the drums are down, you got a groove, and when you got a groove, that's when you can start to, you know, catch a feeling for like the image of what's happening or what's going to happen. And then from there, I just write. The way I see it is music is like water flowing. So you just let the water just take you wherever you got to go. But when it comes to writing is more of a process where I have to sit down and really think about it. I can like sit down and make like beats all week and I'll be fine. But writing takes a lot more focus and energy. I really have to think deep. Sometimes being in the right headspace like is make or break. There are some times where I come to like a track and I can't get it working at all. I'm having like a rough day. Then I come back to it with like a clearer head, and then it just lines up. One of the songs on the EP was like that, Tokyo Cool. I had finished like the chop for it a long time ago in like August of last year, but I couldn't write. It took me until January or February to actually, January or February to write it. Wow. So it really just depends. It's kind of like up in the air. Sometimes writing is easier, sometimes producing is easier. I also kind of let the beat guide me in which direction I'll go, but it's kind of a different thing. So they kind of both pull off of each other. So I make the beat, the music guides me in the musical process, then that musical process guides me in which direction I should go with my lyrics. Right. So yeah, I think that's how I go about it. I see in my future, a lot more projects, a great building fan base, and I just see myself, kind of doing the same thing, but a level up. So that's what I see in the future. At first, I was only gonna be here for like 1 year, but I'd like to stay here for the foreseeable future. I'm not in a rush to leave at all. To be in a place where there's so many creatives everywhere and you can just take influence from them and build with them, like even grow, develop your sound. It's been amazing for me. So I really don't want to leave this kind of environment for the time being.
Right.
I think if I had to say what my dream was, I would say my dream is to be free.
Yeah.
In the sense that you're not trapped to working a job for the rest of your life. I don't want to be rich or anything, but I want to be like good enough that I can be free.
Right.
So to do whatever I got to do every day. Just keep going. I guess like the same thing I tell myself 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You just got to keep doing what you want to do. The right people will come around you. It'll just happen, like not magnetically or something, but if you really want this, it'll just come naturally. And you might not be where you want to be right now, but every day you move slowly towards where you want to go. So just keep working. Don't stop just because you're getting in your head or something. Just keep fighting and get sleep as well.
Get
sleep. A lot of artists, creatives tend to not sleep. They need to sleep, man. You need to sleep for real. So yeah. For more cultural exchange, I guess. I think Japan's still very monoracial, right? So if they can expand even more, I think the internet's done great wonders for that. But if there could be more programs or something to push that even further, who knows what the future will be like.
It's all good what you call this. Yo, we blowing up, about to pop, about to pop. It's all good when we drop this. Yo, shoot your shot, yeah. It's all good what you call this. Yo, we blowing up, about